If you joined us last week, we ended our trip in Helen, Georgia. We stayed at a Cracker Barrel here last night in Chattanooga. Address is 50 Birmingham, that one. It's close to Lookout Mountain and Ruby Falls. And speaking of such, that's what we're going to go see today.
Yeah.
We're going to take the railway up to Lookout Mountain as well. It's a nice day. Beautiful.
It's beautiful right now.
Our tanks are at 20-some% last I looked. They're black and the gray. We haven't been taking full showers, right. So can you tell?
We don't mind each other stinking.
Put that arm down, would you? just saying.
Follow the road into the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
I'll go out and get the blocks.
Okay. That is the airbags in the back, the VB Air. Once it's filled up, that buzzer will go off. And you got to make sure your emergency brakes all the way down. I'm going to pull forward. Michelle's going to grab the blocks. We'll put them away and we'll get going and I'll quit talking. Lookout Mountain is 2.3 miles from here. I'm excited.
I am too.
Buckle your seatbelt there. Got sleep.
Safety first.
Or not. You guys ready for the Incline Railway?
Well, it does cost to park in this parking lot. It's only $2 for the whole day, though.
So when you come in over here, if you have online tickets, come straight over here. And where is it?
Just right here.
Oh, over here to the left.
Brian?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Welcome aboard the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway, the world's steepest passenger railway and America's most amazing miles.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell.
The entire cable system is changed every 3 years.
Promise of heaven and the warning of hell.
When we reach the top, visit our observation deck.
Take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go. Way up on the hillside, where the new flowers grow. Well, he met in the springtime, the sun sinking low. Two star-crossed lovers in the still melting snow.
We are almost like straight up and down, it seems like.
And the courting was brief. Well, they called her a beauty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the upper station, please remain seated until we come to a complete stop. These trains are running every 10 to 15 minutes until 6:40 tonight. Feel free to take any train back down. Just make sure to hang on to your tickets.
That's good up here.
That was like almost straight up and down when we got there towards the end.
Oh my goodness, don't look down there.
Apparently you can drive up here too if you don't want to take the railway.
But that's fun.
But from here, 3 blocks, just a 3-block walk down here is what's called Point Park. That's where we're going to go next. So we're trying to time everything out today. We had a 12 o'clock for the incline for Lookout Mountain. But just so you know, even though we picked 12 o'clock, once we got there, they said it didn't matter what time you picked. You can take your ticket and just go. If there's room on the one in front of you or after, you can go on any of them.
Yeah.
So
I think they run like every, 20 minutes, they said?
Yeah, just try to pick a time that you think you're going to be there, but don't fret it. Don't worry if you can't make that time, because they said, oh, no big deal. They didn't even care. They didn't even ask for proof of our tickets that they send to you. They just asked for the name and gave them to us. But after here, we're trying to leave enough time so that we can go to Ruby Falls at 3 o'clock. Too bad we didn't have enough time for some hiking too. We were just talking to a guy in this little shop here. It says the battles for Chattanooga. He said there's a really cool scenic trail right here close called Bluff Trail.
I think it leads to an old mill that the Park Service has now and are trying to renovate it and everything. So.
It sounded like they were just discovered some of these Civil War.
The mill, I think.
The mill part. So that would be kind of cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like in order to go in Point Park here, you have to pay. Let's go see how much. This is a national military park, so we were able to use our America the Beautiful pass.
You can take a trail to Point Lookout. When you get to the end, it has panoramic views of the Chattanooga and Tennessee River that are 1,300 feet below. This Point Park preserves the strategic high ground captured by the Union soldiers during the Battle of Lookout Mountain in 1863. And today it's part of the Chickamauga Chattanooga National Military Park.
The Confederate Army followed up their victory at Chickamauga in September 1863 by pursuing the Union Army to Chattanooga. As Union troops prepared to defend the city, the Confederates encircled the city and prepared to lay siege. From early October through late November, Confederate troops perched high atop Lookout Mountain could observe the Union Army down below, and artillery positions on the point of the mountain could choke off Union supply routes, as well as shell Union positions down to Moccasin Bend. In late October, Union and Confederate forces clashed at Wauhatchie in the valley to the west of Lookout Mountain, and Union troops successfully opened up a supply route known as the Cracker Line. On November 24, 1863, Union troops under the command of General Joseph Hooker swept the northern slopes of Lookout Mountain in what became known as the Battle Above the Clouds. For the rest of the Civil War, Lookout Mountain was a tourist destination for Union soldiers and civilians, and a photographer even established a studio to capture portraits of soldiers on the point. Today, there are several areas of Lookout Mountain that are part of Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park.
If you don't have the National Park Pass and America the Beautiful Pass, it's worth the $10 for sure. Just
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful views, as you can see. And got a Mercedes Sprinter van here. Somebody's here enjoying the park. And there it was. Alright, so it's time for us to get moving. We gotta head back down the hill. And
The hill. It's a little hill.
Just a little hill. Not too steep.
With a steep grade.
It's very steep. Alright. Ruby Falls.
That'll be next.
On March 3rd, 1893, the United States government, recognizing the historical significance of the Craven's house, purchased it and the surrounding 85 acres of land. This was soon to be designated as Battlefield Park. The Incline Railway will travel to an altitude of 2,100 feet above sea level at a speed of 600 feet per minute, straight down the face of Lookout Mountain to the Chattanooga Valley below.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
When you come up to Ruby Falls, there'll be some people standing, some workers standing on the right-hand side where it says Ruby Falls there. Take a right there and just follow it all the way through. You think you're in the wrong place, but it's kind of a little bit of a steep turn. And you'll come to this area. There is a Class C down here. You can see it down there. So you come down here and look for your time. We're looking for 3 o'clock.
Your adventure begins as we descend 260 feet into an underground cavern deep inside Lookout Mountain.
Opening the door. Please follow me. Watch your step. Low ceiling, low ceiling.
Supposed to walk down here until we see a sign.
What's down there?
Yeah.
The water. Oh, great. We're at a
Okay.
crossroads. We're at a
We
Y.
better stop.
Breathtaking Ruby Falls was accidentally discovered by Leo Lambert in 1928 on an unexpected journey deep within Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Leo named the falls after his wife, Ruby, and opened the iconic Chattanooga attraction to the public in 1929.
Ceiling, floor. All right, come as far forward as you can, and please put your back to the left side.
We used that limestone to build the cavern castle, which some call the world's most magnificent cave entrance. We carefully planned the trail through the cavern to avoid disturbing the underground streams and ancient formations. Stalagmites rising up from the ground, stalactites suspended from the ceiling, and columns where the two meet and join together. All created by water and the mineral calcite dripping through the cracks in the ground.
This tunnel was built in 1976. It's not part of the original. You might want to get those. Those are called helictites. They almost look like tree roots, all twisted by air currents.
Oh wow, you can feel it.
How'd you guys like Ruby Falls?
It was pretty cool, wasn't
Lookout Mountain?
it? Yeah.
We really enjoyed it. We would say this is a must-see.
Bucket list item.
We're taking a few days, as you remember from our previous video when we left Florida, and we're just kind of going place to place on our way back to Iowa. We're going to take another drive about 3.5 hours, 4 hours to our next stop, which you will catch next week because it is time to
Call it a day.
catch you next week.
Let's call it a day.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up. See you next week.